Hello everybody, GeneralJGaming here. Here's to bring you part 2 of my Chapter 19 Dead Space 3 walkthrough. Now, you may go, how do you get so much scrap metal? I'll explain to you right after I craft a bunch of ammo. Very good. Okay, so you'll see I'm only running one weapon and I'm no longer running the pulse rifle. This is pretty much my absolute favorite gun. You'll see all that. I'm running the plasma core. As you can see here, I've got as a normal force gun, damage support, electric charge, heavy standard frame. The reason is because the rifle is so much more powerful, it will get the job done a lot easier. So I sold off the plasma cutter because we don't need it anymore. Let's do this. I was wanting to show off the final suit. Dang it! Oh well, it's too late now. Onwards! I'll show off our inventory as soon as we land. So we have to fly right through this thing. Let's not hold down shift that way. There we go. Make things look a bit more awesome. Dodge the gigantic tentacle. Very nice. We are going to take on this thing. If you thought the hive mind was big, this thing's even bigger. Oh, it's so cute! Isaac's like, fuck me. There we go. It's a pretty interesting boss fight. Marker into the eye. Yeah, the markers aren't so good now, are they? So we'll have Don't forget, you can pull off limbs and all that stuff. Very nice. No, give me back my marker! There we go. Get back here with my marker! Never thought I'd say that. Okay. Kill them off. Where's the marker? Where's the marker? There we go. There we go. Into the eye. He's got one eye left. So yeah, you can see you get plenty of health medkits and stuff, so it's not like you need to craft a bunch, but there's always the benefit of having that. There we go, that's the other bit done. Just waiting around. Dang it, we weren't able to kiss it. Oh, which one? Which one? Okay. And goodbye, moon. Don't you try eating that codex! Oh, he's trying to eat that codex, alright. Oh, Carver's in there. No, no, you will not eat Carver. Help me, Carver!
So this is it, huh? We use that codex. More bullshit. Die here.
Yep.
But Earth gets it tomorrow.
But isn't Earth pretty much destroyed? See ya, Carver. See ya, Ellie. Oh, he let go of Ellie. Oh, poor Ellie.
Isaac? Isaac? Are you there?
Come in, Isaac. Oh God, Isaac, the time difference. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll call you back. No.
You've gone, aren't you?
The Ishimura is such a great place, Isaac. I am so happy to be serving aboard her. Well, enjoy it while it lasts. You know they were going to decommission her next year. Isaac, thank you. For what? For just pushing me to do this. Without you, I would... I can't remember the rest of it.
You did it. You really did.
I think it's sad that I can quote a bit of the opening of Dead Space when... Or it's Dead Space.
Earth space.
Yeah, I believe it's Dead Space. I forget.
Standing by.
Oh, it's Dead Space 2, yeah. Either way. Boom. So Gunnar Wright does his role of Isaac Clarke again. So yeah, overall, my thoughts of the game. I like the combat. It's still really satisfying for to kill necromorphs. It's definitely a lot more actiony. I can't call Dead Space a horror title, really. There's like nothing that goes, I'm scared. The problem is that they try to appeal towards a group of people who weren't there. They went, okay, we're going to try and get a bunch of people to play the game who like action, but those people aren't, the people who like action aren't there. Those people already have their action games. They have Call of Duty, they have Battlefield, they have Gears of War, all that stuff. They don't need another action game that's just trying to be like all the other action games. The weapon crafting was a nice touch, however you can kind of see that they went, okay, we've got the ration seals. Those seals are used to buy special attachments and loot, well not loot, materials, so you can craft your weapons. So that was introduced so then they could include microtransactions. So yeah, I think partly they went, okay, you can no longer use power nodes in order to unlock doors, because they know people aren't going to buy power nodes, so they go, okay, we're going to introduce tungsten. Tungsten's there to craft your weapon frames, but that means you also need tungsten to create the tungsten door seal bits which you use to open doors. So if you don't have enough, you're going to have to buy some if you want to get into that door. So a lot of the game is a chunk of the game is based around microtransactions. They made it to appeal towards a more action-oriented group, and their excuse for microtransactions is for the people who play mobile games. Overall, though, I did enjoy the story, I enjoyed the combat, and yeah, the music was good, graphics, yeah, that's how the game looks. If the game looks fine, and I can play the game, then that's good. It's nice to have better graphics, but it's not a huge thing. So yeah. Either way, it was enjoyable. I had fun with the game. There were two parts, quite a bit, that felt like, well, not quite a bit, there was a chunk of it that felt, this part's meant for co-op. It then falls into, is it fair for single player, is it not fair for single player? And you guys know what part it was if you're watching the entire walkthrough that I said this isn't fair for single player. Even on co-op we went, okay, they're just abusing the spawn system. It was bullshit. And the game pretty much goes, okay, we're going to make you feel like you should be playing it co-op, so go and find a co-op buddy. But I don't want to play it co-op, I want to play the game through single player without going, this feels like I should be playing it co-op. And then you've got Ellie, who had a aesthetic change which I wasn't too pleased about. You've got, so as I made the running joke, Plastic Ellie, her aesthetic change I wasn't too pleased with, and all that, so. Either way. The rolling mechanic, as I've said, it felt like you were only needing it for one part, which was the boss fight. Not that last boss fight, but the boss fight against the snow beast. And you've got human enemies, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. Actually I do. I'm not a particularly huge fan of human enemies in Dead Space. Oh, but you're fearful of change. I'm perfectly happy with them including new necromorphs. It just didn't feel... It felt a bit having human enemies, and the whole taking cover, you now have to take cover. In Dead Space 2, I never felt like, I need to crouch and take cover. Not once. And I'm like, in this game, I feel like, I don't really feel like I need to take cover all that huge amount. They go, okay, we're trying to make it feel more free-flowing, then why can't you peek around corners? Oh, that would make it too much more action-y than what you've already got, but what you've got is a bunch of action. Where's the survival horror? Like, oh yeah, I'm running out of ammo. But the point was, I never got to the point of going, I'm scared of running out of ammo. It was more the game made me feel like I was annoyed that I was really annoyed. It never implemented the whole thing of going, there's two differences between feeling fearful of running out of ammo and feeling annoyed when you run out of ammo. I was like, okay, I'm doing what I need to take out these enemies. Oh, I'm out of ammo. I'm really annoyed. Or going, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. I have to take this carefully. The point is that you may go, okay, there's 2 enemies on the screen. I've got these amount of bullets. I have to make them last. Or go, here's 20 enemies on the screen. I've got to make these bullets last while they're all firing at me. The difference is that the first example was, okay, I've got 2 enemies on the screen. I can still deal with it, but I have to be very careful on how I deal with it. The other one's like, oh, well, I'm out of ammo. There's 20 enemies on the screen. I can't do anything. They're all firing at me. Kill me. And that's what the problem Dead Space 3 suffers from. They go, here's an absurd amount of enemies. Here's a low amount of ammo. Deal with it. And it's like, no, but I'm not scared. I'm annoyed. So, yeah. That's my stance on it. And you gave the game an 8 out of 10 in your review. Yeah, the problem is, though, that the way I review it was, how was it when I first played through the game? I enjoyed it. I had fun. I played it through co-op. It was fun. I played it on hard difficulty because Impossible was annoying the first time around for the game, and it was, yeah, okay, this is fun. It's only once you play the game through a second time or a third time, it goes, okay, these problems exist. Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, and how games do credits, that annoys me. It takes bloody well forever. They feel the need to do 1 column when they could do 2. See, okay, Paolo Catozelia and Arsenia Kioski or whatever could have 1 row, both names next to each other. These could have 3 names next to each other. You get done in a third of the time with you get through certain parts of it a third faster. Well, no, wait, more than a third faster because you're making rows. Either way. Anyway, this is the end of my Dead Space 3 walkthrough. Sorry it took a while to complete with the new change I've made to the channel. I've not been pumping out a video a day for the most part. All that stuff, so. Also, isn't it funny that they wanted to make the game more... It's pretty obvious that they pretty much came in and said, we want to make the game more actiony to appeal to a more action crowd, but we sold less than Dead Space 2, which wasn't quite as actiony. It's rather amusing at that point. They go, we're making a game to appeal to more people, but it's not making as much sales. Whereas we made a game that was more horror-like that... Yeah, but anyway, I'm pretty sure you can blame EA for it. It's not Viseral's particular fault entirely, but EA, we have to make Dead Space into an action franchise. What? It has to make it has to sell 5 million copies in order for it to be a success. If a game has to... lots of games have to sell 8 million copies, 5 million copies... There's clearly something wrong, something going on that isn't quite right. I mean, seriously, look at Metro 2030... no, it was Metro Last Light. Look at Last Light. They went, okay, we've got a game that looks fantastic, can compete with a lot of AAA titles, and it cost us, what, 15% of the price to make the game as it took you guys or something? May not have sold a huge amount, but it made a profit, so clearly it's showing that there's something going wrong with most companies. Like always, the joys of the credits, it brings out such interesting discussions. You know what, if Dead Space 4, they go, okay, they want to make a Dead Space 4, they're going to continue down this path. I don't want a Dead Space 4. I saw Dead Space 3, it was going to be really actiony. I'm like, okay, maybe the entire game won't be entirely actiony, it'll actually be more survival horror-ish. And what do they do? A DLC is released so soon after that makes it seem like it was ripped off the end, where it has a bunch of stuff that we wanted in Dead Space 3 that they never put in to say, oh, all the cool stuff's in the DLC. And if you don't get the DLC, you won't experience the proper end of Dead Space 3. It really seems like they want to make a fourth one, and I understand that. Just don't make it completely actiony like you have in Dead Space 3. So yeah, I'm just disappointed with the game overall. I still enjoyed it, or I wouldn't be doing a walkthrough for it, but I'm disappointed with it. It's a shame when your favourite franchise just gets ruined, for the most part. I think Dead Space 3 was ruined greatly. Dead Space 1 was a fantastic game. Dead Space 2 was, in my opinion, better than the first. And Dead Space 3 just went psh. Yeah, I understand it's harder to scare people these days. You need to be creative with your fears. You need to be creative with your scares. And Dead Space 3 was so uncreative. Okay, think about it. You're on Tower of Atlantis. You're walking through the snow. All of a sudden, you're hearing you're hearing necromorphs behind you. You turn around, nothing's there. You continue to walk further and further into the snow. You hear the sounds getting closer and closer. You turn around and nothing's there. All of a sudden, you turn around the corner. There's a necromorph in front of you. You deal with that. All of a sudden, you hear something coming up behind you. You turn around. There's a couple of necromorphs behind you. You go, oh shivers, I heard them coming. I couldn't see them. There they are. You're then walking. You see a couple of necromorphs charging at you. They could have done this with Dead Space 2.
Ellie? Ellie?
And Isaac's not dead. They need to kill off Isaac. Anyway, Dead Space 2, you have some necromorphs charging you. You go to fire at one. That one disappears. It's not real. You've then got the other necromorphs to deal with. Hooray, the legend suit. Either way. End of part video series here. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, a comment. If you have enjoyed it enough, consider subscribing so you can stay up to date with the content. And I'll catch you back with some more videos soon. See ya.